I think she started.
Did she start? Okay, that's fine. Hello, gentlemen. I'm crying. I'm so moved by this entire experience.
Did you just think you got traded?
I've been traded. I'm going to Houston. Oh, that's a lot of trades happening in baseball, though. Okay, so we want to give you guys the 411. That's information, in case you guys didn't know. I know you probably haven't called in a while. Hashtag Google. About the upcoming Dynasty Football Draft. So today is the 31st.
You guys thought we forgot about it.
We didn't.
No.
But it's been tough making this video. It's been tough to try and find time to make it all happen. But we're committed to you guys. So tomorrow, the draft will start. I don't think we have a start time listed. What time do we want to start it?
It's going to start August 1st. Tomorrow's not August 1st.
Tomorrow's August 1st.
Is it?
Yeah.
We should get our days straight. Tomorrow's not August 1st.
Tomorrow's August 1st.
No.
Okay. Physically, tomorrow's not. By the time this video is posted, it'll be August.
Well,
tomorrow will be August 1st.
You didn't say that.
That's kind of assumed.
Okay, fine.
By the time they're seeing this, tomorrow will be August 1st.
Okay. Tomorrow's not really August 1st, but for the sake of this video, we'll say it is.
August 1st is in a day and 2 hours. 15 minutes. So what do we say, 2 o'clock?
Yeah, 2 o'clock,
2 o'clock
August
start time?
1st.
I like it. I like it. 2 o'clock start time. And with that, here's the way it will all go down. It will all be based on the message board. There will be no application that we sign into and everybody drafts all at one time. This is a month-long process from the beginning of August to the end of August for everyone to pick their teams. In which it will be based off of initial bids being placed, and then the same way you post whenever you claim a player, except for this time you'll be posting to say that you're nominating this player for the auction. And then if Justin says, "Oh, well, I want that guy. I want Matt Forte," he can come in and he can say, "Okay, I'm willing to bid $1 more." I mean, please don't be douchebags and start nominating Matt Forte for $1 and then bidding over top of him for another $1 up to $2. That would just be foolish. Come out the gates with realistic bids and bid like grown-ass men, so that this thing can actually move. A player won't be won until the last bid on him has gone 24 hours. So by the time somebody wins a player, everybody had a chance to bid on him if they really wanted him, and if they didn't, that was their own fault for missing out on it. Nobody should have any trouble finding a little bit of time every day to take a peek at what the bids are and see if there's a player they want to bid on, or see if they're due to post a player. Why don't you give some of the posting prerequisites?
All right, we're doing everything through the forum like we usually do. So starting at 2 p.m. on August 1st, you can nominate a player. On the forum, there'll be a thread for that. We want you guys to put in their name, the team and position in the subject, and then inside it you can post your opening bid. Obviously it's got to be at least $1, but like Jason said, put something in realistic if you know the guy's going to go for much higher than that.
I mean, if it's kicker, defense player that you think you can get for cheap, go ahead and try $1. That's by all means, go ahead. But running backs and wide receivers who are top-notch talents. I mean, we got some studs available in the draft. So
yep. So, like Jason hinted at, a player is considered sold when a bid has gone 24 hours without any counter bids. Then that player is sold, and the winning bid gets the player.
As of that point, if I can, I'm going to lock up that whole thread, so we won't have to worry about anybody accidentally bidding on top of it and then reactivating and making it look like it didn't have a timeline. We can track all of it. Luckily, Pro Boards does really, really well at tracking, I think, right down to the second.
Yeah, the timestamps.
With their timestamps, and that's what we're going to use as a reference point for the timelines.
And we'll change the subject to that player being sold, just so people will know that player is sold. It's not an active bid anymore. Now, there are some rules to make sure that this process moves along quickly. If you're a team and you have 3 or more, up to 5 open roster spots, there's an expectation as an owner that you always have at least one active nomination going, meaning one player that you've nominated where there's still live bidding going on.
And that doesn't mean you need to be bidding on a player. Other than that, you could say, I don't want Matt Forte, but I know people are going to bid on him, so I'll put him up for nomination so I don't have to worry about people getting on me about nominating a player. My nomination is up there, but once his nomination ends, you'll be expected to put another one up there if you still have the same amount of roster spots available to you.
Yep. If you have 6 or more open roster spots, there's an expectation that you're going to have at least 2 active nominations going at all times. We're doing this so that the process moves along, and players are getting nominated, and it's not getting just dragged out throughout the entire month. You can't have more than 2 active nominations, so don't go on there and just list off 12 players. You can only have 2 active nominations at a time. You can bid on as many players as you want at any given time, but you can only have 2 of your own nominations active. One of those has to finish before you nominate another player.
Now, with that, you mentioned you can have 12 players nominated, sure. And if you win all 12 players, better luck to you. You need to make sure you have roster spots available first and foremost. That's the one place we won't give any flexibility on. If you don't have a roster spot available for your last player that you won, that player will go back into the auction at the most recent value that he was bid on, or maybe even start from the beginning. That'll be something we may have to adjust and address as we go. I don't anticipate having that issue, as I will be pretty vocal with people who are bidding on players, and the direction it looks like it's going to go. However, if you end up bidding on 5 players and you had 5 roster spots and you win all those players, and they put you over budget by $20, that is your problem. We're not going to void off any players. You need to figure out how you're going to get under the salary cap by the first game. If you don't, then you just have to pay. Then you take a loss.
Yeah.
And obviously in fantasy football, a loss is heavy because you're then going to have to figure out the same thing next week.
Yep. And if you don't fill all of your roster spots before free agency ends, it's going to end. August 31st is the last day that a player can be nominated. We'll allow bidding to go on until September 3rd at 8 p.m. Then we cut off all bidding, meaning the highest bids at 8 p.m. on September 3rd will win the players that were active at that time. If you have not filled all of your roster spots by that point, then you're not going to have a full roster going into the season, and you'll be able to complete your roster after week 1 through the free agent auction bidding through the ESPN website.
So if you caught that, that means from the time the draft is over until after week 1, there's no signing of free agents. We understand this includes the fact that you may have DeMarco Murray go down and Chip Kelly decides to go with some no name that none of us have owned at all. That guy's going to stay on the free agent pool. He's not going to be available to be signed until after week 1 is over.
All right. I think that about wraps up what we got. If you guys have questions, you can hit us up.
I'll be really, really transparent on the page, listing what everybody has for roster spots as well as what their cap space is. You want to remember, you want to keep a little bit of cap space. I'm going to, for things like signing players throughout the regular season. I'm not trying to be waiving all my players and eating 25% penalties on all the players I'm going to release just so I can sign a free agent. So if you leave yourself some room, as little as $6, as much as probably $12 to $15, that's probably wisdom. So,
cool.
I think that's it.
So, like I said, if you have any questions, get at us so we can answer it for you. We'll definitely reach out to all you guys to let you guys know to watch this video and be prepared to start bidding basically tomorrow. Not really tomorrow, but basically tomorrow. All right. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. Thanks, guys. Good luck.